Hello, my name is Richard Bruce, and I am responding to and hopefully helping out a little bit on this little project that Bill Nye, the science guy, is doing on the subject of creationism. Bill, as an educator, is concerned that a lot of people aren't accepting the theory of evolution and that they're teaching their children not to accept the theory of evolution. I'm not going to try to convince anybody to reject their religious beliefs, and I'm not going to, unlike Bill, try to tell anybody not to teach their religious beliefs to their children either. What I do want to deal with is how we can talk to the religious people and explain that many of the ideas connected with evolution are perfectly acceptable within their set of religious beliefs. Let's start perhaps with a more extreme case, the case of the seven-day creationist, the person who believes that the world was created something like 6,000 years ago. Now, they can deal with modern situations connected with evolution through the concept of microevolution. Seven-day creationists believe that evolution, natural selection, can work within species, but each one of the species is created individually by God. And now, this type of evolution is the actual type of evolution that we have to deal with in the real world. For example, when bacteria become immune to our antibiotics, or when insects become immune to our pesticides. These are important issues, both personally for making our own decisions and for us as citizens as we vote. This is sort of the real world evolution that is actually influencing our world as it exists today. Now, this is as I say, a big deal right now because it's been recently reported that gonorrhea is becoming at least somewhat resistant to all of our antibiotics. And so with some strains of gonorrhea that we have now, it is very difficult and expensive to cure. And it may be the case soon that it will be pretty much impossible to cure, and that could be really nasty, causing a lot of infertility, and large portion of the population may daily have the sensation that they are urinating razor blades. So this is really nasty stuff. Okay, you need to understand that this type of microevolution is occurring, but there's no problem as far as the Seventh-day creationist is concerned. Now, I, on the other hand, am a Roman Catholic. And as a Roman Catholic, we have no problem with the idea that the world is more than 4 billion years old. Now, in our system of dealing with the Bible, we believe that the Bible is true in everything that the original human author intended to assert. Of course, every book in the Bible has two authors, a human author and God as its author. So, but everything that the original human author intended to assert is true. But of course, the Bible is principally a book of faith and morals. It can say things about science or history, but that's not its principal intention. And most certainly, it is more a book of history than it is a book of science. It's least a book of science. Its intention of the authors is not to tell us about science. So when they say something which appears to be a statement about science, that very often is not an assertion. And if there is a conflict between well-established science and the Bible, we as Catholics say, well, we accept the science and we believe, as a matter of faith, that the original author did not intend to assert those things. For example, we often talk about how they spoke according to appearances. If I say the sun rises in the east, I'm speaking according to appearances. I'm well aware that it is the earth spinning on its axis not the movement of the sun that gives us the appearance of the sun rising in the east. I'm not trying to confuse you. I assume that you know that the earth is spinning on its axis too. So I'm not lying to you, and I'm not confused, and I'm not making an error. I'm speaking according to appearances, and I'm not making an assertion about the relative movement of the earth and the sun. So hopefully that clarifies things a little on that point. So usually with a lot of these topics on evolution, for the Catholic, there's basically very little problem whatsoever. Now, if we properly understand our religion, in many cases, a lot of the problems that Bill Nye, the science guy, is worried about really aren't big problems. And I guess that's sort of a central message here. And I hope that Bill and other people who perhaps don't have these religions will try to avoid making accusations against us and what we believe, misrepresenting what we believe, claiming that there are huge problems between what we believe and the area of science, and that it's going to cause all sorts of problems for society, when in fact, both in observing how well society works and also if you understand the true teachings properly, the problems aren't nearly as big as they're making them out to be. And there may be therefore a little bit of an element of unfair prejudice involved. We don't want unfair prejudice against anybody. Thank you.